It was late 2007. By that point, many believed major combat operations in Iraq had slowed. Yet Sergeant Matthews and Sergeant Isaac had been sent to a remote pipeline construction site after every American worker there turned up dead. No one knew if these casualties were the work of a single vigilante, a small insurgent group, or something else entirely. They spent hour after tense hour crouched behind rocks and shrubs, scanning the horizon for any movement. The desert sun scorched them by day, and restless nerves kept them awake through the darkening hours. Nothing moved. Nothing revealed itself. Isaac, recalling whispered rumors from a sniper known only as Juba. Matthews dismissed it all as folklore, decided to approach the site in person, convinced that this was a fruitless watch. Isaac offered to cover him from a vantage point, but his scope was acting up, its clarity reduced by the harsh conditions. Still, he did what he could. Matthews trudged through the lifeless construction area, stepping carefully around bodies that had been left where they fell. He noticed with mounting concern that each corpse had one brutal, clinical wound. He radioed back, urging Isaac to remain vigilant. That's when the shot cracked through the stillness. A single bullet tore through Matthews' abdomen, sending him collapsing to the dusty ground. Isaac's heart thundered in his ears as he sprinted from his hiding place in a zigzag pattern, hoping to evade further shots. Yet before he could reach Matthews, another bullet caught Isaac in the leg. Pain exploded through him as he lurched behind a crumbling wall, leaving Matthews exposed and wounded out in the open. Matthews, bleeding badly, still managed to speak into his earpiece, urging Isaac to radio for backup. But the sniper, whoever he was, had intentionally destroyed the antenna. Every time Isaac tried to contact his base, the static reminded him that help was nowhere close. Trapped behind a damaged wall, Isaac fought to keep from panicking. Just when desperation started to cloud his thoughts, Isaac's earpiece crackled. A voice on the line claimed to be an officer from the base, calmly asking him for details. Initially, relief flooded Isaac's mind. Help was on the way. But something about the officer's questions felt off, especially the insistence on revealing Isaac's exact position or firing a shot into the air so the rescue helicopter could lock on in his location. A bitter awareness crept over Isaac. The voice on the other end had a suspicious accent and the approach was all wrong. Protocol never demanded that a vulnerable soldier reveal himself so blatantly. In a chilling moment of realization, Isaac understood it wasn't an American officer on the line. It was the sniper. Indeed, the man on the radio soon admitted as much, though never giving away a real name. Instead, he asked Isaac how he came into the military, where he was from, what his childhood was like, questions that dance between casual curiosity and psychological torment. Juba insists on making his silly questions, and when Isaac refuses to chat back, Juba threatens with shooting Matthews again, which is risky because there is a chance he is still alive. Isaac agrees to chat for a while and asks Juba to go first while he begins drawing a map of the site on the dirt to calculate the bullet trajectory and find the possible location of the sniper. Juba tells him he is just a regular Iraqi citizen that wants to save his country and asks Isaac to tell him about his family, but Isaac points out that is too personal. Then Isaac makes fun of Juba's reasoning, saying that he is killing the people that are actually trying to develop the country by bringing schools, pipelines, and infrastructures that will boost the local economy. This makes Juba laugh, and he explains that the money made here will be sent back to the USA later. As time passes, Juba keeps asking questions, but Isaac continues to refuse to say anything personal about himself, making Juba threaten to shoot Matthews again. However, Isaac does not believe him anymore. To prove he is dangerous, Juba tells Isaac the name of the previous owner of the scope and that he is dead, quoting Matthews' earlier teasing. This means Juba has been listening to their conversation since they arrived. Using his scope, Isaac notices one of the dead men has a radio with them and he drags his body to the edge of the wall, but not even using a piece of wood he would be able to reach it without exposing himself. Next, Isaac tries to drink some water from his bottle only to find it empty because of a hole in it, which Juba confirms he did on purpose. He also admits he did not miss any shots. He specifically shot the bottle, the antenna, and Isaac's leg in order to put Isaac in an unescapable situation and make him die slowly, which he will enjoy hearing through the communicator. While Juba talks, Isaac does some more calculations and looks through his scope to finally reach the conclusion that Juba is hiding under a huge pile of trash. He has been under these harsh conditions for a long while, not to mention the overwhelming heat, meaning this guy truly is a professional. However, Juba denies being the famous sniper and once again claims to be a regular Iraqi man. Judging by his accent, Isaac guesses Juba must be a former U.S. Army officer that betrayed them, but Juba dismisses this as well. In return, Isaac shares the story of how he met his best friend when he was a child and how they enlisted together later as adults. Next, Isaac tries to trick Juba by putting a jacket and helmet on his rifle and waving it above the wall, but Juba does not fall for it. What does fall is the helmet, landing on the other side of the wall, so now Isaac cannot protect his head either. Such a silly mistake is the sniping point and makes him cry. More time passes and Isaac becomes desperate enough to try to take a risk. He runs towards a body, lying on the ground, and steals his bag and radio before running back to the wall as he dodges all the bullets Juba immediately throws at him. In the bag, Isaac finds water and some candy that he immediately devours, But unfortunately, this radio isn't working either. Juba also punishes him for this risk by shooting at the wall and heavily damaging his scoper. Suddenly, Isaac hears some disturbance coming from his earpiece and realizes it is Matthews, who is still alive. Isaac yells the location of the sniper at him, and Matthews immediately takes out a piece of metal to use in order to look at the pile of garbage. While Matthews moves extremely slowly to grab his rifle, Isaac keeps the sniper distracted by making small talk, and he learns that Juba used to be a teacher in Baghdad. When his students got killed during an American attack, he decided to get revenge. The wall Isaac is hiding behind is the ruins of said school. Then Juba asks Isaac while he keeps carrying the damaged scope, but since Isaac refuses to answer, Juba threatens to shoot Matthews again. Desperate to save him, Isaac confesses that he keeps the scope in memory of his old friend, who died because of a mistake Isaac made, and he still feels guilty. In the meantime, Matthews places his rifle and blindly aims at the pile of trash, shooting at all the bullets he has as Isaac shoots as well to pretend the noise comes from him. When Matthews is about to reload his gun, Juba suddenly shoots him back, hitting him right on the shoulder. Isaac asks Matthews to crawl toward him to find safety behind the wall. But unfortunately, when Isaac goes close to the edge to help, Juba shoots Matthews in the head. Isaac has to watch him die and finally snaps right into a breakdown, saying he wants to go home. Later, Juba asks Isaac why he is still there despite the war being already over. Isaac pauses for a moment before replying. He is there because it was actually he who killed his old friend. It turns out he accidentally shot his previous sniper partner while trying to kill an enemy, and Isaac has been lying to everyone, saying his friend had been killed by the bad guys. Suddenly, Isaac hears some noise coming out of the radio and rushes to check the signal, being happy to hear conversations going on. However, his happiness is short-lived because while he can hear voices, he cannot send any messages because of the damage the radio took. To Isaac's shock, Juba joins the conversation he is hearing, and the man uses Isaac's name to ask for help. Isaac finally realizes that all this time Juba has been hacking into American communications, pretending to be a soldier needing help to lure backup teams to the area and kill them all easily thanks to the surprise factor. Sometime later, Isaac wakes up to the painful feeling of a crow pecking on his leg wound. Seeing as even the birds think he is already dead, Isaac decides to take a risk and retrieves Matthew's rifle using some rope and a stick. Then he aims it at the pile of trash. At that moment, helicopters arrive at the area and reveal Isaac's location without knowing this is a trap. Wanting to save the incoming soldiers, Isaac pushes the wall to make it crumble, creating a curtain of dust that makes it hard for Juba to get Isaac's location. Isaac begins shooting at the pile of trash without knowing if he has hit his target or not. In order to find out, Isaac finally stands up from his position, and he is shocked to notice Juba is not using this chance to shoot back. This makes Isaac believe he has effectively killed Juba. Soon the helicopters arrive and quickly carry Isaac away on a stretcher, immediately giving him medical attention. Isaac tries to tell them about Juba, but he cannot be heard because of the noise from the helicopters taking off. Suddenly Juba starts shooting at them, killing the medical soldiers one by one before hitting the pilot as well. The helicopter quickly goes down and crashes on the ground, instantly killing Isaac and allowing Juba to keep his word. Technically, Isaac had not been shot. Then Juba hacks into the USA lines again and pretends to be an American soldier to lure his next team of victims. Make sure to subscribe and turn the notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.